Hey everybody, it's Robin Steele with Robin's Refined Style. So today we're talking green eyes and I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful cranberry eyeshadow look. So this will actually look good on other eyes as well. Browns and hazel will look great with this as well. And some days I'm all put together, already got my hair dry, but today is not one of those days. All right, so let's jump in and start. So I'm going to be using this really pretty pink shimmer all over, and then I'm going to use this amazing cranberry color in the outer crease of my eye, and then this deep brown in the outer corner, and then also as my liner. And then I'm going to use this pretty blush color right on top in my highlight and blend it all in. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see. So let's try this beautiful pink shimmer all over. And I always like to use like a very tight brush for this that's really going to help hold the shimmer eyeshadows, and that's going to help to keep less fallout, although I don't typically really have fallout with this eyeshadow, but using the right brush on the right area in your eye really helps. And I usually like to press down first before I really start blending it out. So like I said, like this really tightly woven brush. This is actually not a Bellamy brush. I do have a Bellamy brush that's like this. It's a little bit smaller, but I use it for actually my concealer. So, and this is actually an eye brush, so you could use this, or if you have another one that's similar to that. Okay, then use this really nice. So this one's it's thicker, it's a little bit fluffier, but still has a pretty good tight knit of the bristles to hold it together. And I'm just going to start tapping in lightly because, like I've said, if you've watched any of my other videos before, you know that these shadows are highly pigmented, so you don't need a lot, especially of those deeper colors. And so, like, I just like to press that in first to get an idea of where it's going on my eye, and then I'll start to blend it. And I'm gonna pick up just a smidge more to just get a little bit extra pigment. I like doing that because I can do just a little bit at a time and I'm not overdoing it like in the first application. And then you can obviously do less or more intensity based on your comfort level of how you want to have your look for the day. Okay, so I do like that. Then I'm going to go in the corner of my lid with this really dark brown here. And just press that in, kind of tap it a little bit. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to go into that highlight and blend color up here, this really pretty blush color. And I just tap it in under that eyebrow, and then I come over here into the inner crease and kind of blend in there, and then start blending it all so I don't get any harsh lines. Okay, then I'm going to go back to that dark brown and I'm going to put the liner underneath of my eye here. And I personally like to put eyeshadow underneath of my lashes, under that waterline, because it actually helps to make your eyes kind of stand out and look a little bit bigger. If you put, of course, you can't put powder on your waterline, but if you're using some type of eyeliner on your waterline, it will give your eyes definition for sure. but it does tend to make your eyes look a little bit smaller, so it just depends on what kind of look that you want. And again, you can do more or less intensity with this underneath of the eye. You could make it darker, you could make it lighter, make a thinner line, whatever your preference. Okay, so that is it for all the color. Then from here, I'm going to put a little bit of our Luxe liquid eyeliner on. And so I like to always start kind of in the center and then go out. And I'll start as close to the lash line as I can get. And then I take it down, but I don't go all the way down to the very bottom here. So I'm not drawing the eye down visually. And then I go back and go over a little bit farther. And I make the line a little bit thinner over on this side. And then I'll go back and just draw up just very ever so slightly on the other side to just make that a little bit thicker. It gives it just a little bit more drama. So I don't go all the way down in this way, and I don't go all the way down that way. Okay, so that's the Luxe liquid eyeliner. And then I'm going to show you the mascara, and I'm actually going to use it on this side because I like to give the eyeliner, the liquid eyeliner, a little bit of time to dry before I go in and apply the mascara, because I feel like the mascara, the brushes, the bristles and everything will just kind of start move around the eyeliner if you start too soon before it's dried. So I'm going to show you on this side. So I'm just going to go in here, do a little shimmy to get some volume, and then do a blink to get some length. All right. And then I actually did get a little bit of my mascara on my lid. So hot tip, which I totally forgot, is I usually keep a Q-tip close by when I'm doing my makeup. And usually when I do this and I transfer a little bit of mascara on my eye, I'll wet it just a little bit, like I'll put a little bit of water on it and then kind of squeeze the tip out and then lightly touch it, and it just picks up the mascara while it's still wet. I don't have it right this second, so I'm just going to use my Indulgence cleansing mask or cleansing cloth and just, all right, pull that off. Okay. All right, so that is my cranberry, beautiful cranberry look for blue eyes. I think this is such an amazing look. This is something that I like to wear a lot. I love pinks and browns together. So if you have any questions or comments about the look or any of the products that I use, feel free to reach out to me, and I hope you enjoyed this video.